What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle and welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna focus on the top 5 ways for you to get better within the weekend league without necessarily improving your gameplay drastically. Are you with me? And I've also had this idea where I want to build out a series talking about what separates a gold player from being an elite player, an elite player from being a top 100 player. If you'd like to see that video, drop a thumbs up on this video. That tells me that I should spend the time to put that out. Bring that fire on the channel. Without further ado, let's talk about it.
Yeah. No friends of mine, no friends of mine around.
Number 1, and sadly this might be most important. Have you ever wondered to yourself, how are all these pros able to go 30-0? They never play against each other. The same can be said about elite players. They often don't run into each other. They're only playing home games, and EA has not implemented a change ever. We've always been able to see who's home and who's away. I'll have that on screen behind me. Major flaw. It's a terrible system if you're trying to figure out who's the best player. Thankfully, in FIFA 19, at least verification qualifies you to then go into a follow-up tournament. However, prior to this year, when you played the weekend league, it was all about going 40-0, and it really came down to who could be the best avoider, which is a terrible premise to finding out who's really the best player or organizing tournaments and qualifiers and just all the above. Number 2, limiting how many matches you play in one sitting. Now, I'm going to tell you what works for me because everybody has their own fall-off point, so to speak. And when I say fall off point, I mean you start to trickle down a slippery slope, your gameplay's not as crisp. I like to play 1 warm-up game, sometimes 2 if I just didn't feel good in that first warm-up, and then I'll go into my FUT Champs matches, and I can play 5 or 6 before I start to see a decline. And that's when you have to be very open and honest with yourself and your gameplay. Are you losing it? Your eyes maybe aren't moving as quick, your focus is no longer there. Do you need to separate yourself from playing the game? Take a break. For me, it's 5 or 6 matches in the weekend league, and I know this is going to be person to person. You guys let me know in the comments what you think of these 5 ways of getting better over the weekend league, and if you have any feedback or something maybe I left off, I'm with that. Number 3, build some form of a hybrid squad builder. I'm yet to see one league that has everything perfect, or in each position the best player is from one league. That's not the case. So make sure to look to build out a hybrid squad that allows you to get as many of these impactful performers into your starting 11. I just don't see guys that have a full Premier League side blowing through the weekend league. And the same can be said about the La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Serie A. Yes, all these leagues have influential members and guys that are marquee matchups in terms of being able to win every 50-50 or be a dominant player, but no league offers you the best 11. Number 4, and it's a bit of a double-edged sword, don't be afraid to make adjustments, to make changes. When you're playing a match, things aren't working for you, it's not clicking, maybe your opponent is dominating the wings and you're looking to go down the middle and that matchup's not catering towards your gameplay, don't be scared to make an adjustment. However, just because you concede a goal or you're not winning a match doesn't mean that it's your tactics or it's your instructions or it's your formation. We make mistakes. We are human. Or what often happens is you're missing chances and then your opponent scores a goal. But that doesn't mean that you were necessarily playing bad. You just weren't being clinical. So once again, I want to reiterate, make sure that you are being fair to your gameplay and how you assess the way that you're playing, both offensively and defensively. Number 5, and this might seem simple, but I think a lot of people make this mistake. Don't play distracted. If you're in a focused text conversation with the girl of your dreams and you're trying to play FIFA as well, that's not going to go together properly. The same can be said if you're hungry. Then you start thinking about food, your mind's not in the game. Or if you're thirsty, please stay hydrated. You're not going to be able to swipe left and swipe right on Tinder. All of those equal out to distractions, and if your main goal, talk about number 1, is getting better results, eliminate every distraction.
Yeah. No friends of mine, no friends of mine around.
Those are my 5 ways to get better over the weekend league. Let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments. If you're brand new here, it's free to subscribe. I also want to mention analyzing your gameplay, watching back your mistakes, or even what you do well, and being able to remake and replicate, or being able to implement those corrections or find solutions in order to improve the areas on the pitch that you're struggling. Do that. We all have the ability to review gameplay, whether it's from our console, it's from an Elgato, it's off a live stream. We have that access. I know it's not nearly as fun. My name is Mike LaBelle, and I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking I might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I wanna try myself inside the jewelry